Hi everyone, so I'm coming to you today with someone told me I look festive at work, so we're gonna start saying that this was a holiday look. Let's just get straight into it. So the first thing I did was I used NYX SFX cream color eyeshadow in the color blue with an angled brush, and I went ahead and lined my upper lid as well as my lower lid. I love this eyeshadow. Like, it's so creamy. It goes on so well. I've had it for a few years now and it's so big that it has not ran out. I just got it from my local beauty supplies, so it's probably like super cheap, and right now cheap is very good. So I would say, I don't even know if they still have those, but if so, I'll try and do a link to see if you can get it online. But I did just get it at my local beauty supply, which is where I get a lot of the shadows and colors and stuff that I use in my videos. So I'm just making sure I get every corner, the inside corner under the eye. Then I'm taking the ColourPop color and Daddy, is like a matte purple color, and just putting that all over my upper crease area and blending it all the way out, and then underneath blending out with the blue eyeliner.
Open up, you OPN, bitch, you won't BBM. We should be closer than friends. If you OPN, and take the high road and hop in.
I'm then taking a ColourPop color, and I'm gonna show it in a second because I don't remember. It is in the color, I have no idea, I didn't see it, so I'm gonna have to add that one also in the bottom because I really don't know what color I use. So if you caught that, I'm gonna make sure that I put them in order so that you know exactly what I'm using and when. But it's just like a shimmery purple color. And then I'm going to take the Diamond Crushers from Lime Crime and just pat that in right over the lid to give it more of a glittery pop. I wanted this eye to be really glittery, so I went over with 3 different types of glitter essentially, just so I can make sure that it was kind of popping. I looked at a picture and I'm just trying to mimic the picture. So now I'm just kind of going back in with that blue eyeliner so it doesn't get too faded into the purple, so you can still tell that the blue is there. The thing I like most about the ColourPop eyeshadows is that they are like super creamy, but when it says like don't leave the top off, they're really serious about that, because I have a lot of them that like cracked, or I have to like scrape to get the color out because I kind of let them dry out. So just be aware of that, because they are a little cheaper than other shadows. They're not as good on the wear and tear as other things that are a little more expensive that you kind of can not really care about. So I'm now using the ColourPop glitter and Disco Lady, and I love this glitter. I don't use it as often as I would like to, just because it is very glittery, and sometimes, I'm lying to you, I love glitter. If I have any chance to use glitter, I'm probably gonna use it. So there is no excuse to why I don't use that. I think I just have so many different makeup pieces that I'm trying to use a lot of the different elements. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my lashes under my lid like I tell you I do. This is a really terrible angle, but you know, this is kind of hard to do in the camera, and I'm really trying to get a good look in the mirror. It took me like 2 tries to even get this, so the other ones I just kind of cut out. So as you can see, this was a pretty simple eye look. Like, it didn't take very much time, and it looks like very advanced. So it's really good if you're beginning with eyeshadow and you don't really have a lot of experience. So I'm now gonna take this really dusty old Urban Decay palette with the color Ransom, and I'm going to just put that underneath my lid so I can try and blend out some of that blue color into the purple. I did really love these eyeshadows from Urban Decay because they were so pigmented. Eyeshadows literally last forever. Like, I think this palette I took from my sister like maybe 5 years ago. Okay, maybe like, okay, between 3 to 5 years ago. I'm really not sure. And I don't know how long she had it prior to that, but the palette is still completely intact. It looks a little ragged, but it gets the job done, and the colors are still really nice. You can tell the colors that I've used pretty often because I dipped into them and they're kind of bare. But you know, makeup is an investment, and even though it can sometimes be pretty pricey, it is worthwhile. Right now I've been using Afterpay a lot for my makeup. Like, Ulta uses Afterpay, NARS uses Afterpay, ColourPop, Lime Crime, all these places that I usually get my makeup from. Bare Minerals, Revolve does it, and Revolve sells Becca. And all those things you can use to get Afterpay, and then you can break up. Like, makeup is expensive, so if I do a $100 purchase, I can pay $25 every 2 weeks, and it makes it so that I can do a makeup haul on an affordable budget, and it takes it out every time I get paid. So if you don't have Afterpay, I would seriously suggest that you get it. But if you're not good with money, don't, because it can definitely get you caught up, especially for compulsive shoppers like me. So I'm just spreading this aloe vera. I use aloe vera, like the actual plant, an aloe vera plant that I take from my mom, and I just, you know, put the actual plant on my face so that it is 100% natural moisturizer. Then I use my NARS primer, and then I'm using like this little shimmery stuff I got from the beauty supply just to, like, you know, highlight a little bit before I start my foundation. If you guys cannot tell, my acne has been clearing up tremendously. If you saw some of my earlier videos where my acne was like really bad, like, this is like phenomenal in comparison. So I'm going to go ahead and take my ColourPop concealer and the one that matches my skin tone and just kind of cover up some of those dark marks around my face, the acne scars and whatnot. Sorry I keep looking over to the side. I'm trying to watch Top Boy with my boyfriend, so I'm like really concentrated on what's happening on the TV. And I only had to do a voiceover because I was so determined to watch it. As you can see, even with something as small as just putting the concealers on my dark marks, my face looks so much better just in the quick second of doing that. Like, a little makeup goes a long way. I'm then going to take my dark 48 shade in the ColourPop concealer and putting that right underneath my eyes and on the bridge of my nose. I don't have a bridge, so this is kind of my way to simulate having one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out with my finger. And blending and blending and blending and blending. I usually try and keep like a little napkin or something to wipe my finger off often, just because I use my finger a lot lately since I'm not using my beauty blenders, which I did go ahead and wash them, But since I was trying to figure out what was making my nose run, which I did figure out, it's the LA Girl concealer. I did do a concealer review video, but since I didn't confirm which concealer was making me break out, I wanted to do it again. Plus, I looked kind of like a grandma in the video. People have been calling me that lately. If you know me, then you know I usually love like weaves and colors and makeup and like youth and all that kind of millennial stuff, but in my later times I've really become like an old lady. I wear my natural hair, you know, I wear kitten heels to work. I'm just trying to tone down some of the provocativeness now that I'm planning on committing my life to another person. So I'm a little more aware of what I'm putting on my body, how much I'm showing, and somehow that has turned into me being a grandma. So I'm hoping to try and find a happy medium between sexy and conservative. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know. So I just did my NARS foundation, of course, and I just kind of spread it around my face. And I'm now getting my Anastasia Beverly Hills and the two colors that I like, which are cream and cinnamon. And I love this concealer. It goes on so smooth. It's a full coverage, you know, it doesn't crease or anything. It's a great concealer. I'm using this dark brown to contour, which if you see my other foundation videos, I don't do that very often, but I am for this video. And I'm even using a little brush, which I also don't do very often. And now I'm gonna just be blending it out, blending it out, blending it out. I have to be honest with you guys, this makeup look was so cute to me. I wore my hair in two buns, my natural hair, and it wasn't ugly, but to be honest, I would have preferred to have like my wig on or my hair out or something like that, because it started to get frizzy since my hair is newly natural, and I started to look like a little kid. And even though my makeup was so pretty, and realistically my makeup lasted the whole day, it looked nice the whole day, I just feel like this look could have been a little more me with a different hairstyle. I don't know, maybe the two buns were me. I don't wear my hair in two buns often, but I did on this particular look, and I actually got a lot of compliments, so who knows, maybe I'm just being in my head. So I'm going to continue putting on the concealer on my forehead, my nose, the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose. Like, I really wish I even got better pictures of how good this makeup looked. I don't know if you guys can really get the full effect, because my camera really, I tried to take it with my eyes closed. I don't know how people do that. They're clearly using real cameras, which is something that I don't have. I'm just using my phone. But I wasn't able to really get the detail of my eye on the pictures. Granted, I was using a filter on Instagram, to be honest, but the filter, like, I understand why people say they use filters on their makeup. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't use a filter or any of that other blah blah blah. People always tell you how to live your life, and it's really just none of their business. So I'm going to take my All-Star setting spray and spray it all over my face. Wave it down so I can, you know, let it dry. And then take my Sasha Buttercup and pat that down for my setting powder. I am gonna do a makeup haul because I get paid Friday, so I'm about to buy lots and lots of makeup. So I hope that will be exciting for people to watch. I don't really know what people want to watch. I'm like, people are really into these YouTube families, but like, I don't have a kid, and my boyfriend's funny, but he's probably wouldn't want to be on camera like that, so that kind of just leaves me. And he says I'm not funny, but I know that I am. And I guess eventually you guys will be able to see that side of me, hopefully. So after I put on my setting powder, you guys know I like to bake a long time. The longer I bake, usually the better my makeup comes out. So I'll be baking. I'm brushing up just the eye a little bit, but I'm gonna be baking. And now I'm back. My camera keeps falling off of the stand. I mean my phone, really. So if you see the camera sliding down, that is pretty much why. So I keep having to adjust it. And if you can't tell, you see my buns and you see how, like, you know, not smooth down they look. I tried to put as much gel as I could on them. It just really didn't work. I'm okay with it, but you know, I prefer it to look a little more put together than it does. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Fenty highlight on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, and highlight my cheek areas. I'm going to put my mole on because, you know, I can't do my makeup without putting my mole on. That's like kind of my signature thing. And I'm going to put on my lip gloss, which I'm going to have to also add that link because I tried to show it, but I couldn't get it to show in the thing. But it's ColourPop. So here's the finished look. Sorry the thing is sideways. I don't know how to switch it. And, you know, I hope you enjoyed it.